Picture this. Your phone is face down, the room is quiet, and for the first time all day you can hear your own breathing. For some people, that silence feels like oxygen, a private space where the mind untangles and the body finally relaxes. For others, the same silence feels like a verdict. That difference is the psychology we are exploring, because being alone is not always the same as being lonely. So let's name the two experiences we keep mixing up. Being alone is a physical condition. No one in the room, no conversation to manage, no performance required. Loneliness is psychological. It can show up in a crowded party when you feel unseen, when your emotions have nowhere safe to land, when connection feels out of reach. Solitude, in contrast, is often chosen with intention. It can be restorative, a place where thoughts line up and the nervous system settles. Loneliness is the feeling of separation, not from people, but from belonging. Same silence, different meaning. This matters because we judge people too quickly. We see someone who prefers distance and assume they are cold, difficult, or broken. But the need to be alone can mean two very different things. A healthy way to recharge and think clearly, or a survival response shaped by hurt, betrayal, and environments that made trust feel unsafe. For the first group, being alone is not avoidance, it is regulation. They step back because their system recharges in quiet. Social life can be meaningful, but it is also stimulating, and too much stimulation blurs their thinking and drains their emotional battery. Solitude gives them a clean signal. In that space, they can hear what they actually feel instead of what they are expected to feel. It becomes a kind of mental breathing room where ideas connect, memories settle, and the body stops bracing for the next demand. This is why creativity often shows up when no one is watching. Without interruption, the mind can wander with purpose and depth. You will see it in small choices that look ordinary from the outside. Taking a walk alone, going to a cafe with a book, working best in silence, leaving a gathering early without resentment. It is not that they dislike people, they simply respect their inner rhythm, and solitude is where they return to themselves. For the second group, the story is quieter and heavier. They do not always love being alone. They learned to be alone because closeness stopped feeling safe. Somewhere along the way there was betrayal, rejection, ridicule, or a home where emotions were dismissed and needs were treated like inconveniences. When that happens repeatedly, the brain updates its rules. Trust becomes a risk calculation. Dependence becomes danger. So they adapt. They stop reaching. They start handling everything themselves, not because they are proud, but because it hurts less than hoping. Explaining your feelings is hard when past honesty was used against you. Leaning on someone feels irresponsible when people have disappeared before. Over time, they build a polished, "I'm fine," that works like armor. It keeps questions away, keeps vulnerability private, keeps them in control. But inside, control is not peace. It is a tense kind of safety. Beneath the mask, there is often grief that never got witnessed, and a quiet longing for one simple moment of human tenderness. For someone to ask, sincerely, "Are you okay?" and to stay long enough to hear the real answer. The psychological cost shows up in predictable patterns. Emotional self-protection becomes the default, so they numb desire, lower expectations, and call it independence. Attachment can feel dangerous, which leads to avoidance. When someone gets close, they pull back, get busy, or find reasons to detach first. Many live with hypervigilance, scanning tone, facial expressions, and tiny shifts in energy, always bracing for the moment things turn. Trust becomes difficult because their nervous system has rehearsed disappointment, and the strongest looking people are often the most isolated inside because they perform resilience so well that no one thinks to offer softness. Strength becomes a disguise for pain, and yet, solitude can also forge real strengths. When you have had to rely on yourself, you often develop independence that is practical, not performative. You learn how to get through hard days without collapsing, how to organize your life, how to recover after loss. Many become highly self-aware because no one else is naming their feelings for them, so they learn to observe, reflect, and make meaning. Even emotional intelligence can grow from survival, reading rooms, sensing danger, understanding people, and knowing when silence is wiser than speech. So the real question is why you seek aloneness. After time alone, do you feel clearer and lighter? Or do you feel hollow and tense? Are you stepping back to recharge, or stepping back because being seen feels unsafe? Notice what your body does when someone offers closeness. Does it soften, or does it brace? If solitude heals you, protect it intentionally. If solitude is armor, try a small experiment with one safe person, sharing one honest sentence, then watching whether your nervous system can learn that connection can be steady. People who live alone are not broken. They are survivors, deep thinkers, deep feelers. So tell me, do you truly love solitude or quietly crave connection? Comment below, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it.